So you're in the process of doing your UCAS application and you know you have to write a personal statement. But how do you do this? Now, your personal statement is your opportunity to talk about why you want to go to university and why you want to study that particular subject. Universities want to know that you haven't just plucked a subject out of thin air and you're just randomly deciding to study that subject for 3 years at university. Your passion really needs to come across in your application. Now, UCAS have changed the way that you do your personal statement, so rather than writing one long statement, you now have to answer 3 specific questions within that statement. So these are the questions. Question 1, why do you want to study this course or subject? And this is where you can really talk about your passion for that subject. Have you been inspired by something or someone? Maybe there's life experiences that you've been through that have inspired you to want to study that subject. Does the subject link to your career goal or anything else you want to do in the future? And also, this is the section where you can talk about any further reading that you've done around the subject. Maybe you've listened to TED Talks or podcasts in relation to the subject. This is where you can talk about that in that particular section of your personal statement. The second question is, how have your qualifications and studies helped you to prepare for this course or subject? And this is where you can talk about your transferable skills that you've developed and how they will help you in this particular degree. You can also talk about any specific topics that you've learned, maybe in the subjects that you've done up until now, and how you want to delve into that topic further by studying a degree. And maybe this is the section where you can also talk about your academic qualifications, maybe your GCSEs and what you've learned in that, and how that's going to help you in your studies at university as well. How can they help you to really stand out? And then thirdly, the question you need to answer is, what else have you done to prepare outside of education, and why are these experiences useful? So what else will support your application? Maybe you've done some work experience, whether it's virtual or face-to-face. Maybe you have a part-time job. Maybe you've done some volunteering. These are the things that you can talk about in this particular section. Also, you can talk about any extracurricular activities that you've done. What transferable skills have you developed from those particular activities, whether it's any sports that you've taken part in, playing a musical instrument. Maybe you've been the secretary of the debating society. These are the things that you can include that will really demonstrate that you've developed a wider range of experiences and you've been prepared to go above and beyond what's expected of you in order to achieve. Maybe you can reflect on any personal experiences that you've had, maybe challenging experiences that you've been through. How has that helped you to prepare for university? So this section is the one where you can really open up and talk about any wider experiences that you've had. In total, your personal statement should be no more than 4,000 characters. You can divide them up evenly between all 3 questions, or you can put slightly more in one of the questions than another. It's up to you. But the main thing is that you're passionate about wanting to go to university, and that needs to come across in your personal statement.